Okay, so I think that we need to stress how important it is to complete the workbook. We only had 25 person responding. And I think from last session, at the highest order, we had 90 something different participants on the call. So I'm thinking that we would definitely need to really find some way of encouraging people to fill the workbook, because that's the only way they're going to be really have some meaningful participation, and we could assist them and going forward.
Okay. Thanks for that comment, Ramona. That's a very important piece of information. And Andrea, I'm going to be coming to you. Just give me a minute, please. All right, guys. So I want you guys to understand the nature of the program and why it is structured in the way it currently is. I think somebody's mic is still unmuted. Could you all just check your mics, please, and ensure that you're unmuted? Ramon, I'm not sure if it's you. Okay, great. All right, guys. So when creating this program, when we looked at, what the desirable outcomes are, one of the key things that we found was very important was for the participants of the program to leave with a formula for success. And what this meant is having an e-commerce blueprint of what it will take to add e-commerce to your business and thrive within the Caribbean. We will be spending the next 5 to 6 months together here on this session every week. And we have to maximize the time that we're spending, guys. The end of the day, as we have previously mentioned, we are extremely vested in your success. And we are willing to do whatever it takes throughout this program to help you guys to understand these core concepts, to help you guys to add or adapt as much e-commerce principles and strategies within your business. But at the end of the day, guys, you, the participants, will only get out of the program as much as you put into it. I have shared my own experience participating in a program like this, what it did for my business and what it has done for me personally. And honestly, I haven't even gone into the whole 9 yards of it. But the bottom line, guys, is that nowhere else right now are you able to go to any entity, any institution. You can't go to Google, you can't go anywhere right now to find this information that we're giving to you. Yes, you may get it in bits and in pieces, but as a collective whole body of information, you won't be able to find this anywhere. So we are encouraging persons to give this opportunity 100%. Completing the workbook exercises will become extremely important for the practical elements of the program, because what we will be doing is to look at what you have done in your workbook and adapt that in a practical manner, right? Also, we have to remind the BSOs how important their roles are in helping their or at least holding their clients and participants accountable to completing the milestones of the program as we go through them. So, we want to, again, just highlight the importance of these things, encourage the participants to maximize, and encourage the PSOs to follow up with their participants to get the most out of this engagement, right? Before I get into the workbook, I'm just gonna have Andrea Livingston, you have your hand up. You have something you want to say or ask? Andrea can unmute your mic and speak at this time if you are still interested in doing so.
Hi, thank you. Good morning. Yeah,
Morning.
I wanted to say that I agree that this is a comprehensive program of good quality, and to share with you that as a BSO, all of our firms that we have put up, we had 26 spots. And of course, we had to choose, and every single one came back from last week's session to say it was good. They also liked the fact that they could attend the workshop after hours, because there are some that won't be able to attend during the day, but they liked the versatility and the comprehensiveness. What I do realize from the low stats is that we would have to host them one by one, put it on screen, put their workbook on screen, and walk them through the completion of these documents. So we will do that before Monday.
Okay, great. And thanks for that input and that feedback, Andrea. Hearing that is very encouraging. At the end of the day, as Philip has said, we encourage all feedback, guys. Positive, negative, ugly. Tell us the raw truth. At the end of the day, guys, we are here every 3 hours every Thursday for the next couple of weeks. And when we get into the practical elements, we'll be meeting on a similar cadence as well. We want to maximize the time. We want to maximize the impact. And we want to give you guys the best possible results that you can get out of a program like this, right? So today, before Gilbert gets into his module on pricing and so forth, we want to just go through the workbook, the first workbook exercise with the team using Kim's Beauty. So we created Kim's Beauty as a, let me just minimize for the purpose of seeing the screen. Sorry, we created Kim's Beauty as the prototype for this business, for this program. And one of the key things, guys, I want us to understand, every single thing that we do in this program is done deliberately. We spent the last session, all 3 hours of it, just talking about e-commerce business modeling. And we may think that, boy, we have not thought about any systems, any tactics, any strategies as yet. Why is this important? At the end of the day, guys, every single decision about your e-commerce execution flows from your business model, right? And we want to ensure that we get it right and everybody understands what they're doing. Most importantly as well, it impacts how you see your business, how you see e-commerce in your business, and this will empower you to be able to help your customers to see interact with your business in that e-commerce manner, right? So we'll be going through the workbook exercises, and for your purpose, I'm going to be asking persons to unmute their mics when it comes to certain questions and give us an example of their own response to these questions, right? So I want everybody to tune in here. I know that when you filled out your workbook, you did not get a copy of the responses immediately. I've asked the team to adjust that. So going forward, whenever you complete these, and for those who have not completed as yet, the perfect time to go through and complete as well. So now when you complete the workbook and submit, you will also get a copy for your own records, right? At the end of the day, guys, we want to leave you with a blueprint. So we have a copy of your responses, but you also have a copy of your responses. So for those who may find that they may probably have not fully understood some of the questions, feel free to do it again, if you want to get it right, right? So let's go through Kim's Beauty. As I said, we want to kind of ensure that you guys understand the exercise, and since everything flows from your business model, we want to ensure that you guys are getting it right. All right. So I have shared my screen, correct? Yes, I am sharing my screen. So let's go through Kim's Beauty together, right? All right, so the email is mainly for the purpose of capturing the email correspondence to the form. Name of the business here, we have it as Kim's Beauty. Email address, I've just used my email address for this purpose, and also my phone number. Also, what I've done to provide some background information about the business is to copy in the first paragraph that talks about Kim's Beauty from the case study, right? So we're defining where Kim's Beauty is, what Kim's Beauty have been doing for the last however long, and just what Kim is about. So we know that Kim's Beauty is all about providing beauty services to persons within, female specifically, within the tourist town of Montego Bay, Jamaica. And of course, we know that the tourists are part of your target market. Females in Montego Bay are part of your target market, right? But this I just copied out this excerpt just for time purposes, right? Now, where are we located? Where are we operating from? In this case, sorry, Kim's Beauty is only operating from Jamaica. For other entities who may be able to who have multiple locations, feel free to multiple select all the locations that you're operating from. Why are we asking you guys to do these things? From a location perspective. When it comes to e-commerce sales, guys, and e-commerce marketing, a big part of what you'll have to learn and understand to do is location-based marketing, right? So either Kim's Beauty is based in Montego Bay, Jamaica. If Kim's Beauty only has $30 or $50 to spend on advertising for that month, it doesn't make any sense for Kim's Beauty to advertise to all of Jamaica. Kim's Beauty will just focus on targeting persons who are in and have visited Montego Bay town specifically. You understand? Just like in your other respective Caribbean countries, if you are doing business, there are normally towns that have concentration of population and have high commercial activities. You may want to focus on targeting these specific areas based on where your business is located. So this is why we want to identify where are the operating locations so we can know where to start running the ads in the first place, right? So these giving us guys some background context behind why you have certain types of questions being placed in the workbook, right? Who is the primary target market? Is it a local market? And local can mean not only local to your country, but local to your town, right? So local to your town, local to your country. Is it regional? Is it an international market? But at the end of the day, guys, unless you're Coca-Cola, Pepsi, and McDonald's, KFC, we don't sell our products to every single country, right? We do have areas that are primary markets, and we want to focus our advertising dollars on the concentrated areas that we need to tap into. So we want persons to highlight their primary market. So in the case of Kim's Beauty definitely wants to target locals. Kim's Beauty is not very interested in the Caribbean market at this point in time because we're looking for persons who are visiting Montego Bay very regularly, right? Or markets from which tourists are coming from in high numbers. I'm not going to say that Caribbean nationals don't visit Jamaica very regularly, but when you look at the tourism numbers, we'll definitely see the majority of visitors coming from North America, UK, which is still Europe, right? So North America and UK, right? We can add UK, but sorry, Europe by extension, because I know that Jamaica has tapped into some of the non-UK based visitors. We don't have as much visitors from Central America, right? So we're going to leave that up. And if it is that you guys had another specific area, then you could always check the other checkbox and add that country, right? Now, what is your unique selling position? I want to spend a little bit of time on this one, right? This and the value proposition I want to spend a little bit of time on, because in my own experience of developing my business, I had the biggest challenge in structuring my unique selling position, and also clearly communicating my value proposition. Why is this so? Because in my context, I'm operating an IT company that was offering very untraditional services in a way that I could not look at another company and copy them and say, oh, I want to be just like that company. You know, it was very innovative, very new. And I myself had a problem of just communicating on one line, just one line, one sentence that clearly outlined what is my unique selling position. Now, what exactly is a unique selling position, guys? I just want to go over this a little bit. A unique selling position is a position, is a brand positioning statement that lets persons know how you are different from your competitor, right? So let's use the example of Kim's Beauty. Kim's Beauty, Kim is really a beauty technician. Kim is able to apply makeup, she's able to apply hairstyles, she's able to do nails, lashes, and all these things. She's just a beauty technician with many skill sets. And when we say it like that, you know, it is easy to see where Kim falls, you know, which industry she's in, who we could liken to Kim. You know, I'm sure all of us females here would have at least one or two service providers who could say, oh, that person does something like Kim, right? But question, how is Kim different? Why would I choose Kim over Kerry, over Annette, you know? Why choose Kim? Yes, Kim does beauty style. Yes, Kim is very skillful at what she does. But I, as a new person, a new prospect, someone who has never interacted with Kim before, what is going to make me choose Kim? Think about how you guys shop for yourself on a daily basis. You're at work, feel hungry, and feel for something nice, right? Let's talk about food for a little bit. Feel for something nice. When I feel for something nice, which business, who do you think about fulfilling that need? You understand? Is it that you find a cook shop around the corner? Is it that there's a particular restaurant that does the fried chicken a particular way and put the curry gravy over the rice and it does nice? Is it fast food? What is it that what is it that solves that problem in the way that you're looking for it, right? Your unique selling position, guys, once persons hear it, automatically should set your business apart from your competitors, right? So in the case of Kim's Beauty, we want to say that Kim's Beauty specializes in and here it is. Let's kind of just copy this statement out, and just drop it in and just massage it a little bit, right? So here we're saying that her specialty is equipping her female clientele with styles that make them feel trendy and confident, right? So Kim's Beauty selling position here is really, let's just kind of reword this to say, Kim's Beauty helps her provides beauty services that makes her customers feel trendy and confident, right? Now, why is this? How is this a unique selling position? At the end of the day, trendy and confident are things that persons are looking for, right? So people out there may be looking for, because I hear this to cut my hair, or I just wanna cream my hair. I'm not doing anything special, so I can go to anybody. But I have a graduation event coming up, I have a wedding coming up, I have a funeral coming up, I have some type of event coming up, and I want to stand out. I want to look nice. I want to look different. I want to walk into the room. I just want to ooze confidence. Yes, yes. You're gonna choose Kim's Beauty over maybe the corner shop hairdresser who is just, you know, good at washing hair and creaming the hair and so forth. You know, females are known go to different persons. So let's say, for instance, maybe you wanted to get your hair locked as opposed to cream. Maybe you're not gonna go to Kim's Beauty because you're gonna go to a hairdresser that positions themselves as, you know, enabling females to feel natural and look their natural self, something like that. You get what I'm talking about? And that's another different type of unique selling position for a different type of business. So I want to ensure that you guys understand what it is. It's really a positioning statement that allows you to separate yourself from somebody else. At this point in time, I'm going to ask two persons to share their own unique selling position for their business. Two persons who probably did the exercise already and want to get this right. Just unmute your mics and shoot. There's no bad answer, guys. Just unmute your mics and shoot.
So mine would be no artificial additives.
So this is Sharon Little, right?
Yes.
All right, Sharon, what's your business again? What's the name of your business?
Pringles natural flavor.
Repeat.
Pringles natural flavor. We do seasoning,
Natural.
pepper sauce, guava jellies, and stuff like that.
Okay, so you sell sauces and okay. And what's your unique selling
Condiments.
position?
Our unique selling position is no artificial additives.
No artificial additives. So at the end of the day, so I wouldn't say so you're saying then that in your products there are no artificial additives at all. So people should come to you buy your products because it's all natural.
Yes.
Right? So I would kind of coin it a little bit different because I know that these statements about non-GMO, no salt, no sugar, these are kind of like labels that you put on your packaging that allows persons to
sell it.
can choose this because it doesn't have these things. What I would say is I would appeal to more like a natural value proposition, something that speaks about products being natural and no additives, no this, things like that. But that's a good starting point. But I'm almost sure there's gonna be at least 2 or 3 more products like that will say that they have no additives as well. You understand? So we would want you to create a value proposition or a position statement and even separate you from even those persons who are saying something similar. You get where I'm coming from?
Okay.
Yes. So I want you to think about it a little bit more. Think about what exactly is it that makes your product unique. Is it a brand story? Is it where you source your products from? Is it that which country are you from again? St. Vincent. Is it that your products are locally made, locally made without these additives? Add something else to that and that further separate yourself from those. You understand? So you can add stories about where your products are from. Maybe it is in your process, maybe it is in the process you use to create a product. Think about it some more and add one more layer that defines and further separates you from anybody else you say in the same.
I'm sorry, Leighton, but there's a lot of static. So I'm not hearing you very, very well, to be quite honest. I don't know if
somebody Gilbert, are you hearing me clearly now? Gilbert.
It's better now. It's now better now, Leighton.
Yeah, I think somebody's mic was unmuted and was causing some disturbance a while ago. But I'm just going to repeat what I said a while ago for the sake of everybody. Just that was a good example a while ago. She's very close to it, so the non-additives is a good start. But as I said, we want to add another layer, something else that makes her business more unique, or her selling position, her positioning statement a little bit more unique to her. Because I'm sure that there may be a few more products like this that in this category that are saying similar things, about whether it is non-GMO, naturally made products, whatever it is. Want to add something else to that positioning statement that further separates her business from her competitors, making her a little bit more unique, making her a little bit more identifiable to the person who is looking for what she is selling. And that's the key thing at the end of the day, guys. Remember that when we are selling our products, we are in a marketplace of other competitors, marketplace where our competitors are even mimicking us, right? So how do we ensure that we are communicating in a way that allows us to set ourselves apart? Let's get one more example. Can I get one more example from somebody?
So I see Cathy Dubois has a hand up.
Hi, morning.
Morning. Okay, so my business is a
gourmet popcorn company. Well, I sell other products, but essentially it is more
Hold on,
so.
this is Eugene.
Pardon me?
I'm trying to figure out what's the name?
Oh, Kaki Dubois. Pop Munchies is the business name.
Okay, okay.
Okay,
And
so
which country are you from?
I'm from Grenada.
Okay, okay. And what's the name of the
Okay.
business again?
Pop Munchies.
Pop Munchies. And what is Pop Munchies?
So Pop Munchies is essentially a popcorn, gourmet popcorn business.
All right, all right, all
Okay.
right. Yeah, let's
So-
hear yours.
So mine is snack anytime with Pop Munchies, the freshest, healthiest, crunchiest, best tasting, multi-flavored popcorn. It happens to be gluten-free, non-GMO, filled with antioxidants.
All right. So I like yours. I like yours, but it's too long. It's too long.
Well, I could leave out the last part.
Hold on now. I'm going to tell you which part to keep and which part to ditch, right?
Okay,
You're gonna just keep the middle part, the part that says about the crunchiest, munchiest. That's the part that's gonna
Best tasting.
persons to buy. That's the part that's gonna say, I don't want that soft popcorn over there. So I don't want that one that don't touch the spot. You that part. Repeat that part for me. The crunch. What did you say there?
the freshest, healthiest, crunchiest, best tasting, multi-flavored popcorn.
That is it. That is it. Nobody else can come in the market and say that and not copy you. You get where I'm coming from? Anybody
Yes.
else comes in the market and says anything remotely like that, automatically we know they're copying you, right? And copycats will always show themselves. So that's a great one. That's a
Hey,
great
Leighton,
one. Yes.
quick question.
Later.
There's a comment from Jamie, right? And asking if we could resubmit. Absolutely.
of
This
course.
is where you begin to perfect this. And I'm happy that we're going through this process right now. It's really important that you get this right. Again, and this is going to, remember, save a copy of this document for yourself. This is going to be a living document, right? So as you evolve, your statements of value can evolve with you.
Right.
Keep a copy of this with you. Watch your business grow, right? See
Hey.
how this fits, all right, in your market space and change it to help increase the value that you bring to your space.
Hi, Leighton.
Yeah, man. Go ahead, Wayne. Go ahead.
Hi, morning. My name is Wayne, and I do barbecue sauces.
And which country are you from? Wayne?
I'm from Barbados.
All right.
Right. So mine is I offer a premium quality purchase and pour line of barbecue sauces. Reason why I say it's premium quality, you buy barbecue sauces and you always have to come back and enhance them. But my barbecue sauces are just as I said, you purchase and you pour. There are 5 flavors, so you don't have to add anything additional to them. So that's my selling point. That's a premium quality purchase and pour line barbecue sauces.
Oh, purchase and pour. Okay, so you don't have to add.
Purchase,
Oh,
yeah, purchase and pour. So you have to buy it and pour it.
I get it. All right, so that hits again. That hits because it tells me 1, it's selling quality. 2, it's ready to use, right? So I mean,
Yes.
I know my way around the kitchen. I know that you throw your barbecue sauce, you may have to throw some ketchup, you have to throw some sugar, you have to throw some more things to kind of mix it around and get it right. Yeah, because raw barbecue sauce on its own is maybe just a little bit too raw. You are saying that you're just already ready. You want to just pour it out and cook. Is what you're saying, right?
Pick your flavor and you go, because they offer 5 flavors.
All right, that's a good one. That's another good one, guys. See, I hope you guys are catching on. Because what this tells me about this particular barbecue sauce is that if I want to spend as little time as possible, if I'm a lazy guy, right, and I'm going to the kitchen, I'm going to cook something, maybe I fry some chicken, I just want to turn it into a barbecue chicken right away, I can just get this sauce, pour it on it, and bam, that's it, right? I got it right, Wayne?
Yes, absolutely. I offer, you can get one that's spicy, you can get one that's rum fusion, you can get one that's fruity, which is the pineapple saga. You can get the original if you want it and put your own personal twist to it. So yeah, purchase and pour.
But what is most important, guys, is that Wayne was able to say that singular statement and I got it. I understood why I should buy Wayne's product versus Kraft barbecue sauce. You get where I'm coming from, guys? Janelle, let's hear yours.
Hey, Janelle from St. Vincent here. Tell me your thoughts. We provide consistent access to affordable.
Hold on. Name of the business and what do you sell?
Oh, sorry, my bad. The Healthy Village.
And what do you
You
sell?
heard me?
Yes, the healthy village, and what do you sell?
We're a service-oriented business.
Service, okay. So you sell food?
That as well too.
Okay.
So
But
tell me if you get what I'm doing.
hold on, hold on.
Be specific, Janelle, what do you sell?
Feedback,
Yeah.
feedback. Not hearing you. Come again.
Yeah, what specifically, what type of products? Like, just give me a 2 or 3 of the products that you sell.
That's the thing. We do not sell a product. We provide a service. What we
Yeah,
do,
but what
we
are the
could,
services? What are the services? So if I was to come to buy from you, what would you sell me as a service?
okay, I got you now. We give you access to orgasmically delicious food that helps your condition if you're diagnosed with an entity or certain types of cancer.
Oh, so you provide
Access to affordable, specifically healthy, but orgasmically delicious foods for persons with conditions such as diabetes, hypertension, and certain types of cancers.
all right. So what's your unique selling position?
The fact that you can't find most food that are specifically healthy, that taste good, and that are affordable, and that are consistently accessible. So we're giving you access.
No,
Tell me your thoughts.
You are wrong. You just said it a while ago when I asked you what you sell. You said that you sell certain types of food that are highly beneficial for persons with diabetes, blah 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 blah. That's just for unique selling position. Your unique selling position is actually that. It is simply saying that you sell this particular service to these particular persons for this reason.
Yes.
So right away, I know that if I have diabetes myself, or if my family is diagnosed with diabetes, we should consider buying something from you to help with their diet. Isn't that correct?
Technically, because you're not really buying it from us. What we're doing, we're the connecting point. For example, if you're the one who is selling it, right? Let's say you're selling some really affordable cucumbers.
So you're a marketplace?
No, we're not. We're not. What we do, right? We connect you to the person, but also, right, we have an option, right, whereby we do. I should have said no. We are, but not. That's not a primary area. We connect you, but we also sell us as well too.
All right, pause right there again. You use a very important word, connect. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna inject that word connect. So like connecting persons with diabetes, whatever the conditions are, to these types of meals or these types of foods. You understand? That's how I would set your unique position statement. Connecting these types of people with this need to this particular solution. That is it.
Okay, got you.
Yeah, that is it. That is it.
Thanks for the feedback.
Yeah, man, no problem. Jamie.
Good morning. Yes, I have to tweak it because this meeting made it a little bit clearer. But my business is
Jamie, you're sounding very low and muffled. I'm not hearing you clearly. Yes, go ahead. Try again.
Okay, so my business is a telecare, is a telehealth platform as a service.
Right.
We have two customers or patients.
Jamie, which country you're from? Which country you're from?
We're from Belize.
Belize, all right, great. Yeah, man. Yeah, continue.
So we have two customer base. We have the patients and we have the doctors because we're just a platform.
Right.
So our unique selling point is to close the geographical gap for patients living living far from healthcare access and providing healthcare providers with a secure electronic healthcare record for their patients' data.
Okay, all right. So that sounds like your value proposition.
Okay.
So that value proposition that you're offering to both your market segments, but it's not quite a unique selling position. I heard a little bit coming out from your value proposition where you were saying providing health services to persons who are like remote or far. You said something like that a while ago, right?
Yes.
Right. So you could say something like connecting doctors to patients who are remote or something to that nature. And you wanna so in your case, I just say you service two two demographics: the service, the doctor who is looking for maybe an online solution to apply their trade and reach more customers, and you're also servicing the patient who may not have ready access to healthcare, right? And what you're doing is connecting them through your telecare marketplace, right? So what you want to do is have one statement that says something like connecting great doctors to remote persons or persons who are in remote areas in Belize, and that is it. Simple. So somebody knows that, hey, I'm in a town that don't have maybe the greatest healthcare or the greatest doctors. Maybe I can access better care through this platform. Get where I'm coming from?
Yeah.
And this is how you want persons to identify and see you. You want to kind of coin that a little bit more, because guys, these unique selling positions, oftentimes they are either on the let me see if I can share an example of something with you. So let me see if I can share an example of something with you. Let's see. I'm just going to show an example with you. Let's see if it's loading. Is it loading? Yes, it's loading. All right. So hope you guys are seeing my screen clearly. But here's a quick example. Right? This is a project that we're working on, and this would be the unique selling position for this particular yard sale, the place to buy and sell stuff, right? And as you notice, it is right here, right at the top of the page. Some of the times we also put it in this area of the website where once it loads, right, where people see what it's about. So these are things, guys, that we place in premium positions on your website. Why? Because we want that the second your prospective customer lands on your website, lands on your social media page, picks up a package, right away they are able to connect with you and why they should choose you. You get me? So we want to keep it very simple. As I said, one sentence, maybe even no more than 6, 7, 8 words at best, right? In a way that we can use it in multiple places and put it in places that right away allows persons to connect with you, right? So it's just a quick example that I wanted to show. All right, so I hope that was pretty clear for you, Jane.
Very much.
Okay,
So
cool.
I can say something like easy connection to healthcare providers and patients, or something like that.
I like the remote. I like what you said earlier about the remote.
Okay.
I don't know if it is that, or maybe I want to add convenience. Maybe it's a conveniently connecting, something like that, because at the end of the day, somebody else is going to come up with a market. Someone else is going to see what you're doing, come with a marketplace in a similar manner, and you're going to come with the same connecting thing. We want a unique approach that allows you to just, as I said, just tap directly. The minute your customer hears it or your prospect hears it, they will be like, this may be a solution that I'm looking for. You want them to be able to identify with it right away. So I like the idea of remote. I like the idea of maybe tapping into the busy customer who don't have the time to run to the doctor, join long lines. If maybe they just have a cold, maybe they just need a prescription. Maybe they already know that what they're dealing with is not too serious. I just need some medical support on it. You get where I'm coming from? Something like that. All right.
Hey, one of the things that I would say to you, Jamie, is when you use the word remote, Leighton is right on point, right? But when you use the word remote, it kind of segments your market.
Yeah.
So people have a feeling that your market is only remote customers, and I prefer the word convenient.
Yeah.
Right. As Leighton was saying, it's much better rather than limiting your market space.
Yeah.
Because what you offer is a great service.
Right.
Thank you.
Thanks for that, Gilbert. Definitely. Right. Definitely. And I was thinking the same thing as well, but I get so many thoughts bubbling over. But thanks for that input as well. All right. So Eugene, you had your hand up for a pretty long time. Let's hear yours.
Yes, well, I do a production of handbags, right? So my position is
repeat that, Eugene. Repeat that.
production of handbags.
And country.
St. Lucia.
St. Lucia. So you make handbags.
Right. So I have less walking style with bags, handbags, which are sourced locally, eco-friendly, and very affordable for us all.
Mm-hmm. Hold on, repeat that.
Let's walk in style with Mags handbags, which are sourced locally, eco-friendly, and very affordable for us all.
Let's walk in style with handbags that are eco-friendly and affordable for us all.
And sourced locally.
Sourced locally. Okay. All right. We like that. I like that. It says it all. So it says that you're offering style, you're offering persons who are something that's environmentally friendly and locally made, right? So that's yeah, man. That's you're spot on. You're spot on. There's no improvement on that one. Yeah, man. Good.
Thank you.
All right, guys. So we're stuck for time. We have to move on to the rest, and Gilbert still has to present, right? So I'm gonna just take one more, and I know Edmund was after Eugene. Again, guys, your BSOs are here to support you guys to fine tune these things as well. These are guys are experts at business development, so feel free to lean on them. But keep in mind, guys, that we have a lot more sessions that we're gonna use to get.
But later, I'm sorry, you could ask them. They could post it in the chat. You know, I think it's although we don't have time to hear it, but they can post it in the chat.
Good.
I'm going to shoot down that idea, Philip, because it's really important that these statements that they make get the kind of support that Leighton and I or the BSOs can offer. A lot of stuff, I'm just going through the chat and a lot of stuff get lost in there. A lot. I don't want anybody's statement to get lost, not for a second.
Gilbert, let's say give them some more time then. Give them some more time.
No, so we're going to go through this, right? And what they can do is, I know they can send this over to their BSOs, whether it's in email format or some way. And if the BSOs is challenged by these things, they could send us over to us. This is what we're here for, right? So first, send your statements to your BSOs for review. And then if the BSOs are having challenges with these, we could take them, they could send them over to us. But I do not want anybody's statement of value to get lost in the chat. Too much gets lost in here.
Yeah, all right, cool. All right, reasonable, guys. So I say I'm gonna take Edmund's value proposition and then we're gonna move on, right? Sorry, Nicholas, Marsha, and Ingrid. Hopefully we'll get to the value proposition. If you guys are interested, I'll choose you guys first, all right? Edmund, let's hear yours.
Hi, good morning, everybody. Edmund Ciego from Belize as well. My business is called Street Side, and we are a software food delivery service. Mine is
Street Side?
Yes, Street Side.
I like the name.
Yeah, the app is called Street Side Stores. Street Side is a food delivery, booze delivery, whatever you can think of, delivery app to bring you whatever you crave right to your door.
To bring whatever you create right to your door.
Crave.
Oh,
crave
okay.
Whatever to your door.
Just repeat that again.
Street Side is a food delivery, booze delivery, whatever you can think of, delivery app to bring you whatever you crave right to your door.
Okay, so I will simplify by simply saying Street Side is a delivery app that brings whatever you crave to your door.
Got it.
How that just rings and just have a nice little flair to it, you understand? And it's short enough, you can put it anywhere, on any flyer, as I say, on your website, you know, keep it short, spicy. You want, so a lot of times persons ask about the elevator, talk about elevator pitching, right? You walk into an elevator and, you know, there's a prospective investor, and how would you introduce your business? You know, what is Street Side? What is Street Side? Street Side is a delivery app that brings anything you crave to your door. You see how simple that would be to explain to that person. Immediately they'll get it. You get where I'm coming from?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So that's a shorten it, keep it tight and spicy. All right. All right, guys. So we're gonna move on. But again, for those who have their hands up, if we can choose you first at the value proposition segment when we get to that one, which is right around the corner. And potentially maybe even look at your unique selling position at the same time. All right. So what products? So what are your product categories? So what type of products does Kim's Beauty sell? All right. So Kim's Beauty does sell convenience products, and convenience products are products that you can literally pick up off a shelf, go and buy from a shelf. So you don't necessarily these are products that persons need every day. So things like makeup, lipstick are things that females would typically buy every day. And then they also sell shopping products, which are, products which you typically need to advertise the person. Specialty products are more like are products that do they sell specialty products? I mean, there are a number of products that could be considered specialty, because at the end of the day, how specialty products work is that you sell a product that is offered in a limited way in a specific area. So maybe the beauty services could be considered specialty products, right? And it's also sold to a specific niche of person. So we could say as well that Kim's Beauty does sell specialty products. I don't believe that she sells on-sale products. On-sale products are products that persons don't necessarily look for, but at some point in time they do have a need for it. Right? So maybe things like a fire extinguisher, you're buying a house, you're putting things in the house, you're not thinking to put a fire extinguisher in the house, right? Or you're buying a car, the first thing would be to put a fire extinguisher in the car, right? So those are some quick examples of types of products, right? And then let's talk about resources that are available. So at the end of the day, this is going to be unique to everybody. So there may be a case where, there are physical assets that a business may need. So maybe it's a business location, maybe it is equipment. So in this case of Kim's Beauty, she'll need that. She'll also need human resources, because she's gonna need beauticians to support her. She alone can run an entire beauty service spa, right? Intellectual resources, unless she is making things from scratch on her own, I don't really think she would necessarily need this. Financial resources, of course, you're gonna need some type of budget to run your business, whether from operations or capex, or even just advertising budgets and so forth, right? And of course, she's gonna need systems to capture her sales and so forth, right? So these are some quick examples, and these, I said, will differ from entity to entity, just about what suits yours. I know there are some companies that's always a one-man show, right? And you're able to run your business and thrive in that manner. So you may not need human resources, right? But of course, eventually want to scale, because at the end of the day, our business has to go beyond us, right? But that's, again, just another example of how you could look at things, right?
Elton, could you explain systems for me, please?
All right, so systems in this case would include things that are required to capture sales or run your operation. So let's say, for instance, let's use the example of the barbecue business, right? This guy has 5 different flavors of barbecue sauces, and he may have a whole warehouse of it, or maybe a whole back room of it, or maybe he just has them stuck on a table. At the end of the day, guys, you still want to, no matter how big your or small your operation, you still want to be able to track everything that is happening. So if it's that, even if you have your products stored on your dresser, if you had a visitor over and a visitor left, and you do a product count, you should be able to identify whether or not somebody took up something. Just for accountability purposes, from a simple perspective. Accounting systems, again, is another one that some persons may choose to use, whether it is from a sales system perspective, where it's a POS system, or maybe it's an accounting software, right? These are some key systems that you typically need. Once you think about e-commerce, you're going to need some type of e-commerce platform or system, whether it be a marketplace system or a standalone e-commerce sales system. These things are very important for capturing records of what is happening in your business, whether it be through the transactions, whether it be stock, whether it is even things like tracking your staff attendance records, things like that are key considerations for your business, right?
Let me just expand on that. And this is really important, right? I asked Leighton specifically because, again, I think it's Lloyd who's selling these barbecue sauces. You're able to track which particular barbecue sauce is probably generating more income than others. What particular demographics is buying this? So whatever limited resources you have is to spend on marketing, you know how to spend that. Okay, I'm going to invest in this particular sauce or this other one. So keeping a track of this, even if we'd rather if you don't use paper, if you have an Excel spreadsheet, or if you do have some sort of an automated system that does this for you, keep records, right? So you're better able to allocate your resources.
That's a very good point, Gilbert. And I just want to add as well that sometimes we forget that systems are here to support processes, and having your processes documented even before adding systems, guys, is very important. So you'd have heard Gilbert mention writing it in a book or put it in an Excel document. This is a systematic way of going about it, but you're not using systems as yet. You get where I'm coming from. You're defining the process so that you can add systems later on. Normally, it is always best to define the process first and then add the system, because if you add the system, then you're going to create a process based on what the system can and can't do. Instead, you create a process and then you add a system to support the process, right? All right. So what are we hoping? What are we hoping to increase in the company? Are we looking to increase sales? We're always looking to increase sales, yes. Are we looking to increase territories and markets? In Kim's Beauty's case, definitely. For some persons, their target market is strictly local, and there's nothing wrong with that. Sometimes we sell products that are not easy to export. For instance, if we sell products that need cold storage, I will come to learn is a difficult one to export if it is that you're not able to find a logistics partner that supports cold storage shipping, you know. But again, you know, each business is different. Are we looking to increase team size? At this point in time, I would say no for Kim's Beauty. Are we looking to increase capacity? At this point in time, I would say no for Kim's Beauty. That's a capacity meaning how much you're able to produce, right? This point in time, Kim's Beauty is launching, and what she wants to do is get out there, get as much sales and get into as many markets as possible. When she is filled and at capacity, then at that point in time, she may choose to add more team members and build capacity and also build efficiency. But for a business that is launching, you know, team building is very important. It's almost the next thing that you're gonna do after you get out there. But you can't build a team without sales. Sales is the lifeblood of any company, and we all know that, and that's why we're all here, right? Because e-commerce is a sales channel, right? So we get the sales, then we build the team, then we build capacity, or we build capacity while building the team, and then we look at efficiency, right? But for a company that is launching, sales and new and territorial access is going to be our primary, right? And how do we hope to use e-commerce to support ambitions? And again, I just said it a while ago. We want to increase sales and market access, right? Simply put. Let's move next. So guys, that would have completed your own case study for your business, right? That first page just simply defines for you what your business case is. You know, it touches on the value proposition, you know, what exactly you are doing, and then the workbook goes more into that, right? But at least the workbook, sorry, the rest of this exercise goes into the business model, but the first page covers wholly and solely you creating the case study for your business, right? So again, guys, if you have not done this as yet, please go in and do it right after this call when it's fresh in your mind, and maybe you can even do it right now while we're doing it. You understand? So you can ask the questions if needs be. All right. So in the case of Kim's Beauty, let's talk about this aspect of which of the following best describes the business model. So Kim's Beauty sells products to consumers, but in the case study, you'd have remembered she also sells raw material products to persons who want to create their own products. So recently, I met somebody who has a beauty service. We created a website for her in Barbados, and she actually sources the raw material from Japan to create things like lipsticks and lip balms, and she sells them to like persons who want to start up beauty businesses, you know. So this is another example of the very same thing. And in this case, we'd have to add B2B because this should have been multi-select. Ramona, just a note here. This one should have been multiple select here. Just a note. If you can adjust it, please do. Right? Because a business can support more than one types of models at the same time. So in the case of Kim's Beauty would do both B2B and B2C, with of course B2C being her primary model, but B2B another revenue stream that she has tapped into, right? And we normally say that for a business to be successful, you want to have at minimum 2 to 3 revenue streams. You don't want to build your business only on one. All right, next. All right, so let's talk about the value proposition now. So this is where we talk about the value that we are offering to our customer, right? In the case of Kim's Beauty, we would say that Kim's Beauty here is providing professional beauty services for females. Sorry. I would have to mention the target market. Females feel trendy and confident. Right? So this Kim's Beauty value proposition kind of spins off the unique selling position, and they are related. They are not the same, but they are related because we can add more to the value proposition. We can add things like convenience and many other elements that speaks about the different ways that Kim adds value to her customer. Kim does sell quite a number of different products. So we're not going to go too deep into this statement. What we want to focus here on this particular page is how we look at the other questions around the value proposition, right? Because all of this really helps to create a value proposition. But at the face of it, Kim's Beauty is providing professional beauty services that makes females feel trendy and confident, right? Bottom line. So I just say it's related, but normally it includes a little bit more, right? What is the problem that is being solved here by Kim's Beauty? And the need here, the problem here is that females need beauty services to look good for special occasions, right? And that's a part of what Kim's Beauty is about. The reason why Kim's Beauty focuses on being trendy and confident is because nobody wants to get a trendy hairstyle to go sit home and look in the mirror and look all dolled up and beautiful. Eh? You would rather stay home and play in the mirror with yourself. But once you go to Kim's Beauty, once you go and invest in getting something that is trendy, something that makes you feel confident, normally it is because you would want to look good for a special occasion, right? So that's the problem that Kim's Beauty is looking to solve. And it's important, guys, for us to understand how our value proposition, or how the value that we're offering to our customers relates to the need that they have. People buy solutions to problems, right? When we go to the supermarket and we buy food because we get hungry. We don't buy food because it looks good, and we choose the food that may taste, that may be suitable to our palate. But the reason for buying the food in the first place is because we get hungry. If we did not get hungry, no matter how good it tastes, we probably would not buy it. Or maybe at that point in time, it would become a luxury buy, yes? So we have to always examine the problem that we are solving. And why is this, again, important, guys? When we look at Google search is a place that people go to solve their problems. Jamie from Telecare, I'm sure, can tell you that if somebody feels a pain in their stomach, one of the first things you're going to do is run to Google to find out, what is this pain that is in my stomach? What is causing it? How can I solve it? And I'm sure Google is going to tell you you're going to die, yes? So you have to be careful of our Google searches. But at the end of the day, guys, the customer always has a problem that they want to solve. And understanding that problem helps you to better position your unique selling position and your value proposition to the customer who has that need. I want to tap in, and it's also important to understand, because we want to spend our time going after customers who have the greatest need. A lot of times we spend advertising, a lot of spend time promoting our business, and we're just doing it, here and there. We're not being very purposeful, very formulated in how we go about it. Understanding the problem that you're solving is very important here. All right. Now, how are you priced? And Gilbert is going to talk about pricing in his next module. How are you priced is a very good question, because at the end of the day, guys, we have to price the solution based on the nature of the problem that we're solving. If it is that we are solving a problem where somebody needs something in bulk or needs something that is being supplied a lot, meaning that there's no shortage of it, they can go anywhere and get it, then people are going to be competing on price, right? So you're going to always have to offer a reasonable price. I'm not going to say a cheap price, but at least a reasonable, competitive pricing, right? If it is that you sell a product that is rare, very difficult to get onto, then you can sell it at a high rate, right? A higher rate because of its uniqueness or its rarity, right? That is why gold and these precious metals are sold at high prices, right? Or are you selling something based on the value of it to the customer? Now, if I am having a headache, right? And if I'm having a headache and I'm aware that, boy, you know, it's just a sinus infection, or maybe it's just I've got the flu, then I'm not gonna spend a lot of money to overcome that headache because of flu. I'm gonna go to the pharmacy, I'm gonna get some flu meds for cheap and fix that issue. But if I'm having a headache and I found that, boy, you know, I have a tumor in my head, for argument's sake, or I have a big medical issue, then I'm gonna be willing to spend as much money as it's possible to solve that problem. So I say this to say that at the end of the day, guys, a lot of times the price that we charge our customers is really dependent on the value or how people perceive the value of solving that particular problem. So there's value-based pricing as well. And in Kim's Beauty's first example, the pricing here will be value-based. So if it's that you're doing your hair and you want to get your hair cut, right? And it takes Kim's Beauty 30 minutes to cut your hair, then she's gonna charge you based on the time and the value of that service. Then if it's that you're gonna style, now styling is a more specialized skill set. You can have a bad style, you can have a good style. I mean, you can have a bad haircut cutter and a good haircut, but at the end of the day, the styling of the hair is what, you know, gives you the finished look and make you look very trendy and will make you feel very confident. So she may charge a little bit more for that. You get where I'm coming from? So there's value-based pricing as well, right? So I'm gonna put that here for Kim's Beauty. But again, guys, your pricing model will take different formats, and as the Gilbert is going to be going into this in our next module, right? As I said here, what is the perceived value that persons are going to be getting from their purchase? How do they see? What's the customer's perception on what they're getting? Are they resonating with that feeling trendy and confident, or are they feeling something else? What's the perceived value of the customer? Here, in terms of value, I would say that the customer is willing to pay top price for the best quality. Remove that. Remove the trend and confident, right? So in this case, what the customer is paying for here is quality, bottom line. No matter what you are selling where Kim's Beauty is concerned, customer comes to you because they want to look good. And looking good means that they're doing quality work, right? So the customer is going to pay for quality. So it's important to understand the perception of what the customer is looking for. Sometimes the customer is looking for a deal. Customer is looking for a deal, and they'll get this and they'll go and walk and tell, hey, you know, I went to Kim's Beauty and I got this product and such a price, man, look at it, look at the quality of it, looking for a deal, you know. So persons will have different perceptions on your product. In my industry, which is the IT industry, reliability is very important to my customer base. Confidence and trust is very important, and persons are willing to pay any amount of money to get that based on the scale of what they're willing of what they're doing, right? So it's important to understand what's the perceived value of your product to your customer, because sometimes we have a perception of our product, you know, when we look at the customer has a totally opposite perceived value of what we're selling, right? And it's important to understand the customer's perception of your business and the products that you sell, because only through understanding that will you be able to find the right product and pricing mix to suit that particular customer, right? And also, do you offer shopper convenience and how? At the end of the day, guys, we live in a world where convenience is just as important as the quality of the product. Person will say, yes, they sell great products now, but they're difficult to deal with. I can't bother with them. I can't bother go to, I mean, they sell nice things, but I can't bother go down there. Like, for example, a good cook shop may be a good example. Or maybe a place that sells good food. So I went to Vegas some time ago, and there are these Mexican restaurants that sell I think it's taco, and they have the beef on this skewer, this big piece of beef, and they cut off each strip, give the persons. And I tell you, when I look inside of that restaurant, guys, the line has minimum 100 persons every single time I walk past the restaurant. And I always wondering, what is going on inside there? I've never set foot inside it, because no way, no matter how good that tastes, am I gonna join that line, right? So a company like that would benefit a lot from offering some shopper convenience, or maybe somebody to buy online and pick up in store, things like that. So how are you offering convenience to your customers? Are you bringing it to them? Are you allowing them to order online and go and pick up in store? What else are you doing that makes it convenient for your customers to buy with it? Because no matter how great the product is, guys, no matter how great the product is, no matter how much they want it, if they find it difficult to get it, they're going to be frustrated. Some persons may still proceed with the frustration, others may not, right? So we're gonna say here that we offer convenience through online, through website shopping, right? I also offer website through website shopping. In this case, Nichols Beauty sells Nichols Beauty. And let's use the example of Nichols Beauty. It's a perfect example of Nichols Beauty, because I can't tell how many times I've seen females move away from hairstylists and hairdressers because of the wait time to get through to them. I know a particular hairstylist in Kingston here that she does a lot of styles for celebrities. And when persons go to her store to get their hair done, it's an all-day affair. You got 9 o'clock in the morning, and it's quite possible that you will leave 9 p.m. in the evening, right? It's very bad. And I've seen where persons, she has lost a lot of customers because of that. Nobody has that time to waste, right? Then Kim's Beauty's case, if she had that type of traffic to her store, she could use a booking system, which we will be going through when we talk about systems. She could use an online booking system where persons can set appointments and come in for their appointments to avoid wait time, right? That's offering shopper convenience. What about her products, like her lipsticks, her makeup? Tourists come to Jamaica and they experience Kim's Beauty, and they're like, man, I love this hairstyle. She does very good work. She also has some very nice products. I'd like to still get those products. I can't fly to Jamaica every time I need these products. How can I get them? Again, having them accessible online is another way to offer that convenience to that customer who is somewhere else in the world, right? And those are some examples. Now, I'm going to open the floor again for this slide, because I know value propositioning is very unique to each business. Anybody wants to unmute their mic or put their hands up at this point in time, again, to just touch on any area of the value proposition that you want to ask questions. And Nicholas, I see your hand is already up already.
Hi, morning. It's Nicholas from A. Lakis. We are a medical supplies company. Are you hearing me properly?
Yes. Which country? If you could speak up a little bit louder, though.
Yeah, no problem. Trinidad and Tobago.
Trinidad, okay.
Yeah, so like the company from Belize, we are a healthcare solutions company. We provide medical supplies, but we also have a variety of products where we provide for retail and consumers. We have food and beverage. We also have consumables. I would say that our value proposition would be expertise in that particular field, which is medical supplies and health-oriented products. We realize that none of our products are cosmetic in any way. It is all designed to improve the quality of life of customers. So it's a matter of expertise, it's a matter of proper supplies and proper products, and just the healthy benefits.
Okay. I like that you unmuted and spoke up, Nicholas, because one of the things that is also just in listening to you, you would have heard me mention on the previous screen that it's oftentimes good to have 2 to 3 revenue streams, right? But guess what I've come to learn as part of business and marketing, and especially doing business online? You see, your value proposition needs to focus, especially as a young business that is not known as yet as a big brand. The value proposition needs to focus on your core offering, because again, that is what people will come to you for. You want to be known for one specific thing at least. You don't want to be known for everything and nothing at the same time. You get where I'm coming from? So I hear you where you are providing medical services, and you're also medical supplies, and you're also providing other types of products and services as well. But you want to give persons a reason to choose you, right? And I heard you talk about the expertise, and this is what pulls persons in. We all have to figure out for our business, what is going to be the pulling factor for my business? What is going to make persons come to me? Yes, the unique selling position is a brand statement that positions my brand holistically. But what am I going to put out there as the face of my business? What is it that when persons feel this particular need, how are they going to say, I'm going to choose that person to shop from? You have to choose you have to choose a primary product area to focus on, and also to communicate to your customers that come to us for this. And then you can say, but you can also get these things. You get where I'm coming from?
Yeah, I would even say that has kind of hindered us in terms of everyone knew us for our medical supplies, so it was difficult gaining confidence in food and consumer departments, where people will be able to start associating certain brands with us as distributors. So there was that particular disconnect there.
Right.
So we are working on, marketing and stuff like that to ensure that, we are top of mind, and that these brands are associated with us.
Right. So you have experienced exactly what I'm talking about, having multiple product lines selling under the same entity, the same umbrella. It creates sometimes confusion behind, what am I going to choose you for? Why should I choose you? You get me? Sometimes it's good. And this is where branding comes into play, guys. Oftentimes it's good to just create a unique brand around that product offering, so you can promote it on its own. You get me? So for instance, you could still keep the business, the main business, meaning the company that is registered, the bank accounts, as your medical supplies business. So when persons, if it is that you should be working with retailers and they need to pay you by a bank transfer, and they can make payments to those accounts. But when persons see your branding and your message out there, it could be very specific to that particular solution that you're providing. You understand? All under one entity. Of course, we have to keep in mind sometimes that when we get into other business areas, there may be unique things about those areas. Sometimes, if let's say, for instance, in Jamaica, if you should get into tourism, there's a different type of taxing system for tourism-based products versus the regular product out there. So you have to be mindful of these environmental, political, and jurisdictional factors as it relates to how you offer multiple services under one entity. At the end of the day, guys, you want to create unique brands around these offerings, so there's no confusion. That's why the value proposition is so important. You get where I'm coming from? So you can have a unique, selling position that positions your overall brand and how persons see you, When it comes to your value proposition, you're communicating what value you have to offer to the market. You want to be very specific. You want to be very concise. You want to be very targeted in that communication. Why? Especially where e-commerce is concerned, you will have no choice in the matter, because for persons to be able to make a buying decision, they first need to understand who they are buying from, what are they selling, and why exactly should I buy from you versus somebody else. You get where I'm coming from? And they do that by scrolling through a page. You're not talking to a rep. They have not WhatsApp anybody to get any more information. They're making all of these decisions while they're scrolling through a page. And all the communication behind that brand messaging has to be very specific.
For sure. Understood.
All right. Thanks for your input, Nicholas. Marcelin.
Hi, morning. So I'm Maslin Lewis from St. Vincent. The name of my business is Cotton Eye.
What do you sell?
I actually produce CMOS byproduct. So I do that.
CMOS
byproduct. Yes.
Okay.
So I have a cosmetic line, food and beverage.
You're going very low, Marcelin.
Okay, so I do cosmetics, food and beverage, and capsules using CMOS.
Okay. And what's the value proposition here for your business?
So, well, I am thinking providing all natural healthy CMOS, or providing all natural CMOS health solution, because everything I develop is geared towards catering for some health issue. So for example, our capsule line, we have capsules for blood pressure, blood sugar, sex health, weight loss. Our body butter is geared towards assisting with things like acne and eczema.
So CMOS is that powerful of a product that can be used in so many different ways.
Yes.
And solve many different health issues.
CMOS is a massive product globally, especially in the United States now. It's really becoming very, very trendy. Maslin area of business is one with exponential potential, right? Time to sit down and position her product. You really need good research. Again, it's a relatively easy seller, but understanding your value proposition is really important so that you position yourself for longevity.
Yeah, I think
this is one that I definitely suggest that you work with your BSOs with. And if your BSOs cannot solely handle this, you should definitely have them reach out to us as well.
Yeah. The reason why, Marcelin, is it's very different. It's very different when I sell a simple product that persons see and understand just by seeing it. So I walk into the supermarket, I'm thirsty, I want a bottle of water. It's very simple. I know I need a bottle of water. Now, why do I need CMOS based products is a question that you will need to answer before it is even asked. You get where I'm coming from? When I hear CMOS, I say, all right, I know CMOS is something healthy, but I don't know a lot about it. I've been seeing it. It is trending more now, but I don't understand it fully. You get where I'm coming from? So a part of your value proposition will have to include demystifying what CMOS can do to persons before they can even choose your CMOS based product. You get where I'm coming from?
Yeah.
Okay? Yeah. So have a sit down with your BSO to kind of fine tune it. Very important. Would love to hear what the fine tune version of your value proposition looks like. You're already trending in the right direction where you're talking about the problem that is being solved, right? So maybe that's one of the things as well. Maybe it is that you look at in creating your value proposition, you focus on the problems that CMOS can help to overcome. You get me? And when you position the problems, maybe you do it in a relatable way to say that, all right, we help people use CMOS to overcome challenges in, again, diabetes, high blood pressure, erectile dysfunction, blah, blah. So right away, bam, you understand? You're connecting with the need that the person have, and you're positioning the product at the very same time. Get me? Yeah.
Right.
So you wanna so
Yeah.
you wanna zone in on the issues that it solve and position your CMOS based product. You know, people are gonna go out there, they're gonna hear the CMOS space, they're gonna hear the art established problem. Then they're gonna naturally go out there and research CMOS. And then they're gonna find out, oh, CMOS is this great powerful product. All right, CMOS is clearly a good product that solves these problems. Now let's look at what she's actually selling in the form that she's selling. Is she selling shakes? Is she selling capsules? Is she selling whatever? What else can we sell in that space? You understand? Things like that. Or maybe meats, maybe you're getting the raw CMOS for yourself to go and blend up with your Irish mash and your other things. You know, these are things that you'll have to think about. But you're starting in the right area by talking about solving problems. You would want to position the problems that you're looking to solve and just kind of position your CMOS based product around that, you know. So that's kind of how I would approach it. Got it?
Thanks.
Yeah, man, no problem. All right. April.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi. Which one of the Aprils?
April, are you hearing us?
Yes.
Yes,
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I'm hearing you now. Go ahead. What's the name of your business, which country you're from?
Yeah.
And what's your value proposition?
Okay. Hi, everyone. My name is April Castellano, and I'm from Trinidad and Tobago. And my business is Inspirations Beauty Treats. We're inspired by nature. Inspirations Beauty Treats. We're inspired by nature and craft our products using natural and environmental friendly ingredients.
Okay.
So
Give me an example of two of the products that you sell.
Okay, so we do leave-in hair moisturizers that's natural, paraben free. It's vegan friendly. It also says to use on kids as well. We
All right.
also have,
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, continue.
yeah. So we also do soaps, like garlic soap with volcanic mud, turmeric soaps. We have body scrubs, mask, hair serums for thinning, dropping hair. We're developing products like dandruff and too, and all these pains and yeah, all these.
Okay. All right. So what's your value proposition now?
We aim to improve the confidence level and self-esteem of women and men ages 24 to 54, as well as boosting a mother's confidence in caring for her daughter's hair by providing natural and environmental friendly products that can meet different budget needs while being easily accessible in both Trinidad and Tobago at retail sales, chain stores, pharmacies, and online.
Okay. All right. So what makes persons choose your products as opposed to another natural made product?
Well, one of the differences is that many of the ingredients that we use are locally grown ingredients, organic as well, because some of the things we plant ourselves, so we know what's going into the product. It's also cost. It's the budget is pretty good. It's pretty affordable because many of the ingredients we use are locally grown. So cost-wise as well, it's a little more affordable in comparison to some of the other natural.
Okay.
And yeah.
All right. So I'm hearing some good things coming out. I'm hearing quality. I'm hearing naturally made, homegrown. No, I know for women and here, you know, and just personal care products, there's a great shift towards, you know, naturally made stuff. And in a time when you know, so many things are becoming unreal. You know, I hear that the corn that we eat is not real. I'm hearing that the banana that we eat is not the original banana. I'm just hearing so many different things about the things that we're consuming, that it makes you a lot more paranoid and a lot more focused on, you know, getting naturally made stuff done. So, you know, it's your value proposition about promising naturally authentic made products that are of good quality, but also you touched a very important word, which is affordability. You know, it is normal for naturally made products and these types of products to be more on the expensive side. But you mentioned that yours is affordable. Now, the affordability is a very important add to the value proposition. You see here, we talk about pricing. How are you priced? Affordability, right? And I hope that your customers perceive your pricing as affordable as well, right? But those are some good pillars to stand on where your value proposition is concerned. So you're heading definitely along the right path. And what you want to do, guys, is that these pillars, you know, think about your value proposition, you know, as you know, making up of there are a few pillars in this argument. You know, there are some strong points that you want to always echo every single time there is mention about a product. You know, it's a naturally made, home grown words that you always want to have. You know why too? You think about a Google search campaign. We should run a Google search campaign right now when somebody's online looking for naturally made products. These are some of the things that you're going to search. You're going to search naturally made, homegrown, affordable, good quality, and these are the keywords that we'd use. And then when we position the product or the link to the customer, we're going to show. And let me see if I can. Let's see if there's any example right now of something like this. I also want to show you guys real examples. Generally made product. So let me say so. Let's see if anybody is running any hold on, naturally made. So all right, so here right away, look at this example, right? So we just typed in naturally made soap, and right away we see ads already being run on natural soap. So you see here collection 100% natural soap, best luxury, right? So these are the words. This shop organic body soap, you know. So these are keywords that you want to have. Now let's say, for instance, you were running your ad. You want to put naturally made or organic homegrown, but you're gonna want to put affordable here because right away we see luxury. We know it's about expense. You understand? Right away, it separates. It will make me click on your link over this platform if I'm looking for something that I'm going to be using in my everyday life. I'm not going to be putting it into a hotel for luxury guests to use. You understand? But something I'm going to use every day in my life. These are simple things that separate your position in how you communicate your value in a Google search setting as opposed to somebody else. You get where I'm coming from, April?
Yes, I do.
All right, cool. Thanks for your input. Ingrid, let's hear yours.
Hi, good morning. My name is Ingrid Brathwaite from Superb Blend Products. We are based in Barbados. And my value proposition.
What are some of the products that you sell?
We do like wet seasonings, pepper sauces, dry rubs, syrups, etc. Okay. So the value proposition, sorry, Superb Blend products provide business professionals, young married couples, single mothers and homemakers the convenience and satisfaction of quick and tasty homemade meals.
Okay, all right. So I like that you're very clear on your market segments that you're going after. So I like that. Normally we wouldn't include that in the value proposition statement, but at least we know who you're going after, right? But you're saying the aim here is to help them to create tasty meals. Bottom line, you want your food taste
quick and tasty.
Use our seasoning, quick and tasty, right? Quick, so speed and good taste. You want if you want to make your food fast and nice, use our products. That's what you're saying, right?
That's right.
All right, perfect. You've hit that. You've hit the nail on the head. Hit the nail on the head, right? And I like that you're very clear on who you're targeting as well, right? Because that definitely helps you to zone in when doing your marketing. All right, so all good, Ingrid, all good.
Thank
Roland.
you.
Come on. Roland. So I'm gonna take these last three and then I'm gonna move on. All right, so Roland jumped. Irene.
Yes. Yeah,
Oh, hold
hello.
on. Oh, sorry, Roland. Oh, you're here. Let's go.
Yes, I just want to make a try the proposition.
Yeah, man.
Um,
So the name of
my
the
name
business
is Roland.
country, name of the business country,
Yes,
process, and the name of the proposition.
my name is Roland Benjamin from Grenada. Have a studio. Is the name of the
Happy
business,
Studios.
and
Happy Studios.
yes, Happy
Okay.
Studios. Yes.
All right.
Well, I'm a visual artist and primarily involved in I paint and do create work. I also do make journals, handmade journals, and books, and also make paper, handmade paper using all in from plants material using banana fiber, pineapple, loafer, and all these kind of plants that have good
Hold on.
fiber.
So you make paper from all these plant materials?
Yes, I make paper from pineapple leaves and banana plants and loafer, and also use rags to make paper, handmade papers.
Okay.
So I use some of it in my journals. I use some of it in my journals, and I also sell as well.
Okay.
And my proposition is art for life, exquisite functional art.
Repeat that.
Art for life, exquisite functional art.
You said, oh, art for life, exquisite
Yes.
functional art. Art for life, exquisite functional art. Exquisite functional art. So hold on, when you say functional, how is it functional?
All right. Right. So the journal that I make is a unique kind of journal. Okay. I'm one of those that usually the comments from those who buys it or purchase it usually says that they have not seen anything like these, and the comments are really great. Usually the comments are really great. And most of the times the people comes after it as collector's items. So based on all those remarks and feedbacks, I came up with that, because it's and for the journals I use wooden material to make the covers, and diverse kind of materials. And some of the journals I paint images on them, and some of them I use construction like shells and woods and all different kind of fiber, the coconut, this coconut thing from the coconut tree. Use those things, so it's a kind of unique.
All right, so Roland, based on what I'm hearing, I think what you just mentioned would better serve as your unique selling position. You get me? In terms of communicating the value that you have to offer, I don't think it does justice at all. I think you have far more value to communicate than what you just said a while ago. You get me? What I would encourage you to tap into is communicating value around. I think your communication needs to go beyond the average, the average offering. Like what you're offering goes a step beyond the norm. You get what you're doing is not anything normal. Like I don't when I say not normal, I don't mean it in a bad way. I mean, it's a lot more than that, than what you just stated as a value proposition. From a value perspective, I mean, I'm not very big on art collection personally. So I wouldn't say that I'm the best person to give critique on the coining of how you communicate the value proposition. But what I would say is that I'm not getting the value behind what you have to offer. What I'm seeing where you have to offer is that you're not offering something that is regular. So in other words, you don't give somebody a regular journal book. You're having one that is handmade, is made from plant leaves. It's much more than just that. Maybe it is that you're looking at integrating art in persons' daily lives. You understand? I wanted to go more along that direction where you're looking at how is the product impacting the people who are using the product. Yes.
If I could interject.
Sure.
Chad here from Belize. What I heard from him, and I think what is being articulated through his delivery is somewhat something that is along the line that every single piece that he makes is made for that one individual that buys the product. So I think his value proposition should go along the line of each piece is made for that customer, that specific customer. So I think he would want to deliver that message through his communication that perhaps, I don't know, something along the line that each piece is for that person or something along that line. That's what I got from him, because he says that every time he makes it, it is for only that one customer. So, you know, that's the information that I was getting from him.
Is it done to order, Roland? Or
Yes. Chad bring it out clearly.
So you're saying
Yes,
then that
Chad give a better understanding.
right. So every piece is unique. So if I buy your journal today and Gilbert buy your journal tomorrow, it's two different types of journal. Like each one is unique to each of us. Would you say that?
Right. So even though let's say I make them in series of 5 or 10, each one, there is some similarities between them, but each one of them would have something different, even though the same material, but there is something always different on each one of them. So Chad actually got it right. Huh?
Chad, you got it right. You see, guys, this is the beauty about collaboration. That's why I encourage us to share and chime in, right? Because we all have different perspectives. And now when you think about art, I think one of the luxuries or the benefits of art is having something that's very unique. You understand? Very unique, something that's very different. And also, as I said, I like the fact that you add the functionality to your value proposition or your statement, meaning that it's not just that you put on a wall and you look on, but you use it as part of your everyday life, but it just is uniquely made for you. You get where I'm coming from? So that's a very nice twist. And Chad, thanks for that input. Definitely something to consider. So Roland, I want you kind of massage it, rework it, right? I'd love to hear what you come back with. Consult with your BSO as well to fine tune it. I'd love to hear what you come back with as your final output. All right?
Yeah, of course. Thanks a lot. I will work on it.
Yeah, man, no problem. Irene.
Good day, everyone. Are you hearing me?
Yeah, man, I'm hearing Irene. Good day.
Hello? Okay.
Yeah, we're hearing you. So country, name of your business.
I'm from Guyana. And the name of my business is Amazon Authentics. And as the name implies,
Amazon what?
I make Authentics with an S.
Okay, Authentics, okay.
And as the name implies, I make products out of Guyana's beautiful wood species, and Guyana is part of the Amazon. So it's Amazon Authentic Products.
Okay. So right. So give me an example of two of the products that you make.
Pardon?
Give me an example of two of the products that you sell.
Okay, I make things like vases that are artistically designed. Right. I incorporate art forms like pyrography, which is art burnt into the wood.
Okay.
And also I paint.
Okay. All right. Cool.
So I incorporate my art on my pieces.
Okay. All right. So what's your
proposition? Pardon?
Yeah, man. I think
of course.
What's your value proposition?
Yeah. The value proposition that I provide for my customers is provides unique, artistically designed products made of rare and beautiful wood species that are environmentally friendly sourced.
Okay.
Right. So
so I think that's very pointed. But I think your Amazon story should be a part of the fact that you source your products from the Amazon, right? That's
yes.
the
Yeah,
right.
Guyana is part of the Amazon basin, one of
Right,
the
yeah.
7 countries that comprise the Amazon.
Yes, man. So that's a part of your brand story, which can be a part of your value proposition as well. You understand? Your products are straight out of the Amazon. If somebody wants to get something that they felt was very naturally made from the jungle, you know, you want to kind of tap into that value that the customer may place on having that particular product. So you want to include that, you know, you mentioned that they are naturally sourced. I would say that they're sourced. Be very
Environmentally sourced, because there's a controversy with chopping down the forest. And
yes,
yes.
you have to be careful about how you communicate.
So,
I understand what you
right. So I state that my wood species are environmentally friendly sourced, right?
Right.
So we're not damaging the environment.
Right. Okay. I think you're pretty much spot on. You're very direct, very specific about the value that you provide, and yeah, you're good, Irene. You're good. I'll have no suggestions on that one.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Great. Latoya. Latoya, are you hearing us? Latoya, remember you're on mute in case you're speaking. All right, until Latoya.
Sorry about that. I had to unlock the phone. Yes, I'm here.
Not a problem. All right, Latoya. So, country, name of the business, 2 products that you sell, and your value proposition.
Okay, so Latoya Douglas is the name. I am also from Guyana. The name of my business is Nature's Wrap, and I specialize in the production of organic products for hair. 2 of the products that I would make is organic shampoo that is free from harsh chemicals like sulfates, parabens, formaldehyde, and the whole list. It's free from that. And I also make herbal infused hair growth oils. So the value proposition that I provide, I would say that the entire vision of the business has not been realized at this time, because I also have a planning to expand to meeting more needs for the customer, because customers are asking now for a salon, because a lot of customers use the products, but some customers don't like to take care of the hair themselves. They want to have more services being provided. So at this time, what I would propose is that the business at this time is focusing on providing authentic products that are effective, they're cost efficient, they're readily available, and it also provides a nutrient for one's hair that is intended by nature. Because
pause, Latoya. Pause for a second. So you're saying that majority of your products are geared towards hair growth?
Yes, hair growth. And if persons have that. And some persons just want to maintain healthy hair. So it's not only about it has it can solve problem, but some people just looking for things that is organic to use, and they don't necessarily have a problem. But if you do have a problem, it can assist in that. If you're just looking for something that's organic, it's also there for you to use.
So what I would say in your case, Latoya, is that you provide naturally made products that promote healthy hair growth, right? And we want to emphasize on the health of the hair Because in your explanation earlier, I heard you saying you provide a naturally made product that is free from about 10 different things, right? And I'm sure that those 10 different things are destroying persons here, right?
Yes.
Because a lot of times persons put these things in their hair and it causes all kind of problems. And your initial introduction to your product automatically went straight to what it did not include. You understand? Because clearly these things are bad for your hair. So you want to highlight, of course, that you provide something that is natural, but what is the outcome? What is the result? Which is healthy, promoting healthy hair growth.
Yes.
All right. So whether it is that you're using a product or they're coming into your salon, the bottom line is that you're giving them something natural that promotes healthy hair growth. Bottom line, So yours can be kept very simple as that.
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah, man. Again, guys, a key part of the value proposition here is helping persons to identify the unique value that we bring so that they can connect a need with a solution. Theophilia, hope I pronounced that right. Theophilia?
Yes, you do. Good morning, everyone.
Yes,
my name is Theophilia Stout from Oz. We do cassava flour and sweet
you're
potato.
from where? You're from where?
We are from Barbados.
Oh, Barbados. Okay.
Yes. We provide sweet potato, gluten-free flour such as sweet potato cassava, and also the byproduct of the cassava, which is cassava pancake mix and cassava dumpling. My proposition is a high quality, all natural, all gluten-free cassava flour, healthy, and no preservative, no adding, for people that is vegan and healthy, and people that have asthma and stuff.
Okay. So I've come to realize recently that being gluten-free is a big deal these days, because products that do having gluten, I didn't even know that there was something called gluten, right? Do pose health challenges from a digestive perspective to individuals, right? So I think having a flour or products that are made from alternate sources like cassava and sweet potato to mitigate against this issue and other issues are definitely of value to a particular segment of the market who have these challenges. People who know that they have challenges with digesting gluten or ingesting it, know they have it. So when you say your value proposition, you definitely want to appeal directly to those persons who know they have to avoid these types of products. You get where I'm coming from? Also, we know that again, a lot more persons are becoming more health conscious, a lot more persons are becoming vegan, becoming vegetarian, and that market segment oftentimes has challenges finding a wide range of products that they can experiment with or try or change, So this definitely speaks to that. So what I would say here is calling your message to include focus on the fact that again you're homegrown, you're using naturally made products that are they processed? Would you say they are processed products?
Yes, they are.
They are processed, right? All right, so they are processed. But at the end of the day, you're using natural products that focus on solving or avoiding a particular health condition, and also empower a particular dietary person with a particular dietary approach to have more meal options. Where I'm coming from?
Yeah. Yes.
So,
yes.
Yeah. So coin it in that way. As you say, guys, if you have not completed your value proposition, use this exercise as a way to get that right. You get me? Again, I would love for you to consult with your BSO. Just kind of refine it a little bit. Get it right. Because I see a number of different touch points. I see where you're going after the gluten-free, but you're also going after the vegan person. Try to coin that so that both the person who needs the gluten-free and also the person who is vegan can connect with it. I know that generally the person who is vegan tries to avoid anything that has gluten in it, but you want to separate your approach towards both market segments. You get where I'm coming from? Meaning that you want to have a value statement that caters to both at the same time. All right.
All right. Thank you.
Angela, yeah, man, sure. Andrea, you have a
Yes, I just love hearing about these fantastic products from our region. I just see us blazing in the next 5 years coming out of this storm. However, for me, I have a theory that I would like to share. I believe that that you don't narrow your value proposition too closely. If you become, the trick is to get this balance between being nebulous and being specific. So you know what your secret value is, what your secret sauce is. But what if there's a group of people who simply want to live well. We know that being gluten-free provides this thing of mental clarity, optimal health. You'll be as healthy as you can be, or closer to the point of being healthy, and so on. But you have no allergies. You don't need to consider all of that. But you want to live well. That's a good size of the market that you'd be missing if you don't speak to them, if you don't speak to us. We don't have no problem with gluten. But if you spoke to us or inferred that you're for us, there are some people who will never Google what gluten is, what vegan is. They're not considering that, but they're included in they would benefit from your product.
Right.
So I think you can talk to us without talking to us.
Right. But funny enough, Andrea, let us just discuss a little bit, right? So I that's a very good point that you added. But couldn't we say that she could simply approach us by adding that market segment to the persons who she targets? So she's targeting persons who are avoiding gluten. She's targeting the persons who are vegan. And then now she could target the health conscious person who just wants to live well, eh?
Yeah, agreed.
Right.
Agreed.
So that's a good.
For those she would have a blog that touch on educating us.
Right.
Yeah, because we don't know what we don't know.
Right. True.
Because I met a lady once when I was on a project in St. Lucia the other day. At the hotel, and she said she didn't know. She read a blog. I said, "Are you?" And she said the lady had 5. The author had 5 checkpoints, and she said, "All of those, that's me." And then she went to get the test. She had never heard of the word gluten before, and she went to get the test, and that's how she found out. So I'm saying that to say that blogs work.
Right. Yeah, they do, and I can testify to that. It has worked tremendously for me. In my own business, So Theophilia, that was a good point out right there. It is always important, guys, which is why I don't remember who it was that defined her target market before even speaking about her value proposition. It's always good to know who you're targeting and defining, because the message and the value that you push to each market segment will resonate differently with persons based on their need. Remember that we're solving a problem first, guys. Every single time when you think about what you're communicating that you do, and the value that you offer, always remember that you're solving a problem. And different people have different problems and different touch points. And as Andrea just said a while ago, some of the times we're zoning in so much on the core need that sometimes we alienate a part of our market segment. And that, at the end of the day, what we want to do, we can't be known for everything. And we don't want to be known for everything and nothing at the same time, but we want to ensure that we are tapping into the widest possible customer base as we can, right? So there's nothing wrong with having multiple market segments and having value propositions for each market segment, because at the end of the day, you may find that the market segment that you thought was maybe the one that was going to use the least, the biggest market segment. All right. So Theophilia, I hope that was helpful for you. All right. All right, so the last one, I want to say the last one, Sean, or is it Sian? Is it Sean or
You
Sian?
got it right the first time. It's the pronunciation is in brackets.
Okay. Oh, shit.
Sean.
Okay.
Question. Well, it's really based on the last point that you just made because, well, let me go back a little bit. So I'm Shan Young from Trinidad and Tobago. And my business is called Style Environmental, and we are a waste management education and training company. And so my question was really on that last point you just made, because as an education company, we have many touch points. We work with children, we work with adults, and we work with the business community as well. And so I tend to use my mission statement, which crosses all of those segments, which is we transform the way you think and act towards waste, and giving you that information in a non-technical and easy to digest format. But one of the things I realized, because I have different touch points, different segments, and I'm like, okay, for with the children, it's their parents. And my value proposition to the parents, being able to teach their children about the environment using story. You know, for the individuals, it's helping them to meet their own personal sustainability goals. For the businesses, so each segment, because in the beginning I was told, Shan, you can't do all of that. You can't do all, you gotta pick one. You know, but as a waste education enterprise, we have many touch points and we will continue to have many touch points. So I just wanted to, I guess, hear from you your thoughts on that because of the nature of what we do, because it's waste management affects everybody, but also recognizing that these are the areas that I play in because I'm a children's book author. So I have the book, I have online courses for individuals, and then I have coaching and consultancy for businesses. Just want to get thoughts on.
All right, so great. All right, so I'm seeing already that you're very clear on your unique selling position because you're using it as your tagline, very clear, very concise. You know, I hear it, I get it. When it comes to your products, I will tell you the honest truth that if you examine any business, most product categories are geared towards a particular market segment. So in your case, you may have 3 product categories: children, adults, businesses. They all have different problems that they're trying to solve, or there's a different problem to solve for each market segment, or each product category solves a different problem. And because of that, you want to communicate the value proposition for each product category to the respective market segment. What you communicate to adults, children won't get. What you communicate to children, adults won't get. What you communicate to adults won't mean anything for businesses. You have to have those 3 different value propositions for your 3 different market segments. What this may mean is that if you're even building a website, I'd recommend that you have 3 different landing pages. So if it's that you're promoting something to children, or you're promoting to the parents for the children, you have a landing page for that. If you have something geared towards adults, you have a landing page for that. If you have something geared towards business, you have a landing page for that. So that when the business person is reading, every single point of information they are consuming is selling them on the service for businesses only. You understand? They don't have to take the information and put it into their context. And this is what we oftentimes have a challenge with as companies who sell multiple products. The easiest thing to do as a business is to sell one product and sell it well. The minute you start selling other products and product categories, it becomes a whole different thing, you know. But when you understand which product suits which market segment, then you can position the right value to suit that market segment. All right.
Thank you.
Yeah, man, no problem. All right, guys. So we're gonna close off the questions for the proposition era, and we're gonna try to just go through the rest of the questions. I did not realize I would have taken up the almost entire session, but this is a very good engagement and exercise. I'm enjoying it. I hope that you guys are getting good value from the engagement. Yes. All right. So how are we going to make money now, guys? I don't know. As an entrepreneur, sometimes we get very excited about ideas, yes, and we just want to get this idea off the ground. We think it will be so beneficial, it would be so great. You know, we're not caring about the money because the money will come. But guys, we have to focus on the money all the time as a business person. The minute you come up with your idea, draw up your calculator and start say, all right, if I should sell X amount of this product to this person at this price, how much money will I make? Always be focused on the money, guys. We're in business to make money. Unless it is that you are in a charity or a NGO or whatever it is that does not focus on being a for-profit organization. But even so, you still have to run your organization and still need money, right? So I always encourage persons to focus a lot on how is it that you're going to make money. And you'd have heard me talk earlier about having multiple streams of income, having at least 2 to 3 revenue streams is the recommended amount for a business to be successful. And the reason for this now, guys, is that we never know what will happen in business. COVID came and changed our business landscape in so many different ways, you know. So we never know what can happen, and it is having multiple revenue streams oftentimes that keep us going during difficult times. Business is never always good. They have good periods, down periods, and better periods, yes, but it's never always good. Having multiple different ways of making money helps you to have more longevity in business. So when you're thinking about your products, let's think about Kim's Beauty in this case. How will Kim's Beauty make money? Kim's Beauty is going to sell physical products. She's going to be selling her makeup, her lipstick, and all the physical things that she can put on her shelf and persons can buy or that she can ship to individuals, right? In this case, she's not selling anything subscription-based or membership-based. But I want to talk a little bit about subscriptions and memberships. Guys, subscriptions and memberships is one of the most powerful ways to get your customers to continuously shop with you. It's a way of providing continuous value to your customer, and also provides a lot of agility in how you package and sell your products to your customers. An easy way to think about subscriptions would be like your cable company or your internet service provider. They provide a service to you and they charge you on an ongoing basis. They could have charged you, instead of charging, let's say for instance, instead of charging you $50 per month for the next 10 years, they could have charged you $100,000 for argument's sake upfront, you know, and just sell it, give it a box and say, hey, go and use this. And whenever you stop using it, right? Instead of doing that, they give you the product and they charge it in an ongoing way. Now, what that means is that it allows for the cable service provider to come back and say, hey, Mr. Campbell, World Cup is coming up. Do you want to opt into our sports package and get an upsell? You know, and you know, it helps to secure future revenue. So for us who sell physical products, guys, we can take the Amazon approach. Look at Amazon, for example. Amazon has done this with supplements, where because persons take their vitamins on an everyday basis, they are bound to run out. You can actually now subscribe to Amazon to get supplements. So in the case of those of you who are providing seasonings, case of you guys who are providing meal options, in the case that you guys are providing products that customers use every day and are bound to run out of, you can actually offer them a subscription offering whereby they have the product being sent to them on a periodic basis and they benefit from they get a cost. Normally give persons a price break because the continuous shopping for you, and it's a part of getting them to be loyal and becoming loyal customers. You can use subscription, guys, as a way of securing future revenue, encouraging repeat purchasing, and building loyalty amongst your customer base. All right. In the case of Kim's Beauty, there is no subscription-based product, but there's definitely booking for her hair services. There's definitely quotations that would be used for wedding packages. So if somebody comes and wants to get married, she'll have to create a package, and the package cost will depend on how many persons are going to be in the bridal party, how many persons will need makeup, how many persons will need this or that. You understand? To put together a quotation for that. So these are 3 different ways that Kim's Beauty is going to make money. Now, Kim's Beauty also provides things like courses on makeup. Kim's Beauty could have offered, instead of selling it one time to the person, she could have offered a subscription or membership offering. But to be able to do that in a sensible way, Kim would have to continuously be adding value to that membership or subscription offering. So if it is that maybe she's I'm going to add a course per year, I'm going to add, give a daily, monthly tips and create a bundle offering around the course and teaching persons. And in that way, that she can charge persons on an ongoing basis. You know, again, her focus was on teaching persons to find the right shade of makeup for themselves, but maybe she could also go into experimenting with makeup, maybe use different shades of different outcome. Maybe it's Halloween and you want to look like the Joker, for argument's sake, you know, and she wants to help persons to create those types of impressions with makeup, then she could add those things into it. You understand? So I encourage persons to tap into subscription as much. As a IT service provider in my field, it's something that we use a lot. It is very beautiful at the beginning of the month when you just see invoices automatically being generated and sent out for work that you have not had to do. You know, it's a very nice business model to work with. It helps you to cover some of your basic bills, so you're not chasing sales every single month. There's future sales already in your pipeline waiting to be completed. All right. So we definitely recommend that, and it's a great business model for e-commerce that can be activated. All right. All right. So target marketing is also another very important element of this exercise. As I mentioned, you know, each problem is normally geared towards a specific target market, and the target market is normally the broad general market that you go after, right? So in the case of, let's say, for instance, the waste management company, you know, her target market would be simply persons who are conscious about, you know, health, you know, having a healthier environment or something like that. You get me? But of course, her market segments are broken down into kids, adults, and businesses, right? So market segmentation breaks down your target market so that you can target products or target persons with specific problems and offer them solutions to those problems, right? In the case of Kim's Beauty, the general target market are females living and visiting Montego Bay, right? We haven't gone down into age, we haven't gone into any psychographics or anything like that. Just on a broad basis, what is the general target market here? I want to be very clear on that. Where is the market base located? All right, so in this case, they are going to be located in Montego Bay town, and key tourist markets, right? So these are persons who are going to be coming and going back to their respective homes. So in Jamaica, our key tourist markets are North America and Europe, right? What is the need in the market? The need in the market is to get beauty services, to get professional beauty services. Okay, professional beauty services for occasion, right? As we know, say, with empowering persons to be trendy and confident, and nobody wants to be trendy and confident in their bedroom. Well, you may want to be, or at your home, but generally you want to do that to go out, you know. When are they most likely to purchase? All right, they are most likely to purchase. And guys, this is so important. I cannot stress how much the ability to complete sales is a number of things, right? And when we get into lead generation, we're going to talk about what qualifies a lead and what makes a lead buy, right? But normally, what makes a person purchase is, you know, them finding the right problem, the right solution to their problem at the cost that they can afford, at the time that they need it. For somebody to purchase from you, they have to check all those four boxes. The need, the availability of the product, the price, and the time when they need it, right? So you can't, you know, make no sense to sell a Christmas tree during Easter right? In Jamaica, eating bun and cheese during Easter is a big thing. You don't make sense to sell bun and cheese during Christmas. You don't make sense to sell Christmas cake in summer, right? Because that's not the time when persons buy. So it is very important, guys, for you to understand when to buy. And we're going to be talking, we're going to be delving into this deeply when we get into the lead generation and marketing segments. I don't want to go too much into it today, but when persons buy is very important. So for Kim's Beauty, we want to get tourists upon arrival. Upon arrival, want to get tourists who are getting married. So when guys, I would say in this case, when focus is oftentimes a lot on occasions, right? When I say occasions, I mean, for example, Valentine's Day is coming up. Anybody who is in the gifting and selling of luxury products or premium products need to get in on that, right? Then you have carnival time coming up for some countries. I think Trinidad is in high gear for carnival now. I know Jamaica is coming up shortly as well. Any product is related to carnival you want to sell. So when you think about your sales calendar, you want to look at the calendar for the year of activities. When are persons most likely to buy your products? For persons who are in the business of motivating and helping persons to meet their goals, if you not have your customers by January, then you know you're out of luck, because that's when persons are goal setting. That's when persons are planning for the year, right? So choosing the time to promote your products and to proposition customers, to buy from you is very important. So in the case of Kim's Beauty, we want to capture tourists upon arrival who may want to get their hair locked, for argument's sake. I don't want to look Jamaican, I want to feel Jamaican, I don't want to feel Caribbean, right? You may want to get those persons who are, as you say, are getting married. And then we may have locals who are attending events, right? So when big events are coming up, persons are going to want to get their hair. I know graduation period is a whole thing for anybody who is doing makeup, hair dressing, even those who tailors, dressmakers, those persons thrive during that period. So your when is very important, guys. It makes no sense selling to persons, understand your seasons, understand your buying seasons, and sell to persons during those seasons. All right. All right. So where's your customer's point of contact? Are you contacting them online? Are you contacting them offline? Or is it both? In the case of Kim's Beauty, it will be both. And in Kim's Beauty's case, what we would want to do is to document where offline and where online, right? So in the case of offline, Kim's Beauty may want to put flyers at tourist locations. Maybe it is that she may want to get partnerships with the hotel desks that offer wedding services for them to be the beautician service provider of choice if the hotel don't have like a spa service, right? She may want to also put her flyers at tour locations, the places where tourists visit to have fun, you know. She may want to also maybe place flyers in cafes, restaurants, places that tourists visit. And then of course, you may want to look at where do the locals go, who is their clientele. You understand? Is it that they hang out at a particular spot? Is it that they all pass a particular billboard that I can put up a sign on a billboard? But these are things that we think about when we think about the touch points offline. And when we think about online now, the tourists are here in the country and you're searching for things to do. So they're going to be in Google searching for things. They may be on social media, because when they do a Google search, maybe it brings them over to social media as well, right? They will be in their travel apps. They will be maybe in checking their emails. All of these places are places that we can place advertisements to tap into this into this prospective customer base. All right. So in the case of Kim's Beauty, it will be both online and offline. All right. How will customers experience the business brand? Is it self-service or is it personal service? In Kim's Beauty, it's going to be both. Persons can do self-service, buying products online if they want to. They can walk into the store, pick up a product off the shelf, go to the salesperson and cash it out. And then of course you have personal service where she is helping persons with their hair. It's a physical service that is being provided. So it's pretty much both. And you know, persons can have either one or both, depending on the nature of their business. All right. And then strategy now, how will your products get into the hand of your prospective customers? I want to talk a little bit about this element of it, because oftentimes we feel like we have to sell our products ourselves, right? As startups. Of course, we can hire sales reps, which is the traditional way to go about it. We can also open up other locations, which again is another traditional way to go about it. But seeking partnerships can do a lot for your business. Whether it is having partnering locations. So let's say, for instance, you are a provider of hair products. You may want to find partnering pharmacies that you can have your products listed in, right? But you may also want to partner with somebody out of America or Canada or even Japan. Japan has a very big, let's use the example of Kim's Beauty. Suppose Kim's Beauty was making naturally made lipstick or naturally made products for hair, just like some of us here, right? There are countries and territories in the world where, you know, naturally made products are not easily found. You know, you could easily position your business for drop shipping, whereby persons could buy from you, go and promote a product out there to their customer base. When they get orders, they buy it from you and you send it to them, right? Drop shipping is a new methodology of, is an e-commerce, it's a business model that has been brought about by e-commerce that enables persons to start up a business with literally no money. You know, you find a supplier of a particular product, you go out there, sorry, you market that particular product, and when you get sale for that product, then you buy from your supplier and ship it to them. The same can also happen the other way around, where you, as the maker of the product, can allow persons to drop ship from you, just like how you will list your product in a pharmacy as a hair product, and you know, oftentimes it's done on consignment. So pharmacists sell the product, and at the end of the month or so every 30 days they send you a check. It's the same thing. In this case, it's just that these persons are promoting your products online or in other spaces, and whenever they get purchases, they can have you send it out. So there are many collaborative ways that you can partner with individuals. Maybe it is that somebody sells a Valentine's Day box, and maybe you're the maker of a local wine, and you want for your product to be in their box. You know, you give them maybe a discount, and they put it in your box, and they include as part of their offering to their customer base. That's another partnership opportunity. So there are many different ways that we can partner with persons to get our products out. We don't always have to be the ones selling our products. All right. In the case of Kim's Beauty, we're looking at having a sales rep. Of course, you're having an outlet. In this case, we're not drop shipping, or we're not making anything ourselves. We're buying and selling makeup and lipsticks, right? Neither are we white labeling or doing affiliate programs. Okay. Now, what are the key sales activities that will be undertaken throughout the year, right? Pretty much what we would say here is that we would sell our products based on seasonal and ongoing activities. What do I mean by this? So ongoing activities are, in Kim's Beauty's case, would be to locals. So locals are here in Montego Bay Town. They're not going anywhere. They're gonna have their everyday beauty needs, and you know, we want to capture these persons all the time, as much as we can. Then we have seasonal activities, which is where the tourist season comes into play. During the warmer months of the year, or the colder months of the year rather, tourists flock to the Caribbean countries, and you know, from about November until maybe about March, April, there about the season is very active. So during this period, of course, we will definitely want to be promoting as much as possible to persons. Now, at the end of the day, you could also look at it in another way where you may even want to promote ongoingly to persons in these markets who are coming to Jamaica, so that upon planning to come to Jamaica, or in the case of Kings with this Jamaica, they can start considering you, because oftentimes, guys, the sale is not made on the spot. We live in a world nowadays where the sale is being it's a process whereby customers discover you far before they need the service. So I'm planning a wedding here in Jamaica, and I know I'm getting married next year. All right, I need a beauty service provider. Who are the options that I'm going to be looking for right away? I want to ensure that Kim's Beauty is ranking well on Google when they start doing that search. I will tell you flat out, guys. My company here provides SMS services to companies and to companies like Google, WhatsApp, Airbnb, Facebook, TikTok, just to name a few, right? And how I got that contract was through what they call an SMS aggregator company who works with these big giants across the world, and then they work with local persons across different regions to terminate and deliver these messages on their behalf. So I'm one of those local persons in my country who's responsible for delivering messages on behalf of that particular aggregator company. How they found me was that they did a Google search of SMS providers in Jamaica. They were coming to the Caribbean region and they wanted to set up some meetings with persons ahead of time, because I was always advertising on those keywords and in that space. They reached out to me ahead of time, made necessary arrangements. We came here, we sat down, we met, we signed some agreements, and we've been doing this for the last several years, right? So that's a clear example, guys, of how you can market in an ongoing way, even for seasonal business. You get me? You can even choose to market seasonally as you need to, but you can structure yourself for a season when you understand the buying process of your customer. You have some products where somebody needs it today, they buy it today. You have some products where persons need it next year and they start looking for it from today. How do you show up and position yourself for that sale to take advantage of it is a key thing that you have to consider. All right. So these are the two that we'll use for Kim's Beauty out the box. Of course, anybody can run campaigns, but they're doing a special. But again, Kim's Beauty, you're spending a lot of times in person. You don't really want to discount those costs unless you absolutely must, right? So we're gonna keep the promotion, the sales activities ongoing and seasonal activities. Right? So I hope I'm very clear on that, right? And here we are on what seems to be, I think, maybe our last section, cost structure. Did I touch on revenue? Anyway, it's the other one of the last or the second to last. So cost structure, what are the key resources that your business will need? In Kim's Beauty's case, of course, you're gonna need humans, because you're gonna need persons to attend to the customers. We're gonna need inventory as well, right? We're gonna need some infrastructure. Infrastructure in this case may take shape in the form of a building, equipment, website and systems. You understand? Well, right? And I'm sure there are other things that we may consider, right? But these are some of the things that we may include. When you are thinking about your business, again, guys, think about all different things you have to consider, because at the end of the day, all of these things may impact your pricing, right? Now, how will customers receive their purchases? In this case, products will be shipped or picked up in store, and services will be provided in store. All right. So you need to be very clear on how customers are going to receive their product or service, and oftentimes you want to communicate that as part of a sales process so that they are confident in making those purchases from you. And that could be the end of the first work exercise that we completed. Guys, this particular module is very important and sets the framework for everything that is to come in the program. So I am pleading with you to complete the exercise, work with your BSOs to get it right. BSOs, I am pleading with you to reach out to your accelerators and work with them on getting the work completed. As you realize, guys, this is a very critical information. Everything is included for a reason. As you realize, what we're giving you guys is a formula for our success. I want everybody to have the formula, guys. The best thing that you can get from an exercise like this is an approach towards doing things. Because you see, us as entrepreneurs, you know, we're in business with the current business that we're in today, but it doesn't mean that this is going to be the only business that we're going to be in. These principles are transferable from business to business, right? And I am a student of entrepreneurship, right? I have gone through it myself as an entrepreneur, and I have participated in developmental programs, and I'm still learning, right? At the end of the day, guys, knowledge is power. And, you know, with this thing called e-commerce, there's absolutely no limit to where your business can go, how you can execute. But everything comes back to strategy. Every single thing comes back to strategy. I can't tell you how many, right now as I'm speaking, I'm working on other projects where persons have functioning e-commerce websites. They have the systems in place, they have the products in place, they have the human resource in place. They're bleeding cash daily and not getting the results they want. Why? Because they don't have the right strategy. So this module focuses a lot on strategy, and, you know, as I said, everything flows from strategy. So we're encouraging persons to complete the workbook, get your own copy, and as I said, I've asked Ramona to just update the workbook so that it sends you your own copy so you have it on hand. And throughout the course, you'll be completing other exercises of different types that will contribute to that blueprint that you will end up with at the end of the program, right? But we want to ensure that you're not missing any modules, you're completing your modules on time, and just consider this an investment in your business, right? So we're 15 minutes left to the hour. That's the end of my going through the workbook. Gilbert, I've hijacked your time, but I know that we have time to go through the rest of stuff next week. Gilbert, Philip, I don't know if there's anything that you want to jump in on at this point in time.
Thank you, Leighton.
Yeah, all in a good cause, Leighton. Philip, 1 second. Roxanne, just next week I'll be touching on value. So we'll discuss what is perceived value as opposed to what is actual value and all of that stuff, right? So expect a full session and such things. Jump in, Philip.
Yeah, thank you, Gilbert. So, guys, I think this was an excellent session, the interactivity, and I was also impressed with the learning from each other. And this is exactly the spirit that we hope would be engendered. And like I said, each of us are co-creators of this experience. So I want us to continue to fully own this experience, and might I add experiment, given the unique methodology that we are approaching. Fully own it as co-creators, continue to build relationships with each other. And in that respect, we have set up the link for the WhatsApp group. It's in the chat. We would also send it out in email so that you can also have it there. Feel free to opt in. You're not obligated, but I would encourage it. Now, we're not necessarily going to be managing the WhatsApp group per se. We would monitor, we see if there are important interventions we have to make. But I mean, as responsible business people, I trust that you would use the tool effectively as you engage with each other and as you learn from each other. So it's not going to be a heavy managed group, but of course, I hope it will be a heavily used group so that we can maximize the benefit the benefits of each other's knowledge and experience as we continue to own and co-create VEAP and be a standard bearer of Caribbean intervention into the digital economy. That's it from me. Basically, those of you who haven't finished filling out your form, please do so. And I'm encouraging the BSOs to begin to directly engage with your cohort, build that relationship, set aside time for meeting with them, whether as a group or as one-on-one, because at the end of the day, we hope that through your engagement, that you would build your own capacity to carry on similar programs in the future after the funding has expired. Now, I would just like to take the time because the BSOs will be meeting during this Mission with Expertise France. I would be telling them about a few things coming up. So I think I would just take the opportunity one time to just generally say to everybody here, without going into too many details, that one of the other programs we are implementing is called the Caribbean Digital Transformation Institute. It's a 3-year program funded by the Inter-American Development Bank, worth $680,000. And the core element is an institute that responds directly to the stated needs of businesses in the region for digital transformation. And we would use a highly developed and heavily used tool called a digital checkup. It's used a lot in Central and South America, and we have translated it into English, and we're testing it now, and it will be made live within the next couple of weeks or so. And we want as many businesses as possible to do this checkup. It will give you an indication of your digital transformation maturity along different domains of digital transformation, including e-commerce. And e-commerce is just only one aspect of digital transformation, but it will take a snapshot of your business within a wide gamut of digital transformation. It would identify your gaps and provide recommendations forward. But then we would aggregate that data to identify the needs of the various businesses according to country, maybe sector, size, maybe the main product, whether it's a good or service. And then we would use that to drive and inform the sort of courses that we would then go and put together on the platform, the institute itself, to direct this. So, and then you would be able to you'll be able to get an automated track that you can use to navigate these courses. So just remember, it's a long-term program, but upfront, the greatest way of participating when the digital checkup tool is made live is to make sure that you participate, your BSOs also participate, and we have actionable disaggregated data that can drive both the content in the institute, as well as also the use to develop policies for digital transformation interventions focused on micro, small, and medium enterprises. That's another component of the project. So that's basically in a nutshell. The other one is for those of you who are further along and maybe looking for partners in Europe and Latin America to accelerate your business further, there's another program called the European Union, Latin America, and the Caribbean Digital Transformation Accelerator. And this is really about matching companies with partners to help you grow, to bring capital and to bring human resources to accelerate it to the next level. So this is for those of you who are well prepared and you have an investment plan what will help you to get there, that others can look at and create meaningful partnerships. So I just want to let everybody know that. I will share a bit more in detail when I meet one-on-one, but those are 2 programs that are coming down the stream, and I want you to pay attention. And of course, what we have learned from this is that the BSOs would have to meet with their politicians and their ministries and to say, you know what, there's so many things coming our way. Many projects are using BSOs as a very key intermediary in delivering a lot of these projects. It therefore means that the BSOs have to be properly capacitated with the sort of human resources and the routines necessary to onboard all of these projects and still deliver effectively to their clients. So that's a very urgent discussion that you would need to start having with your principals in the ministries and so on that you're aligned to. Because I can tell you for a fact, all the different development agencies in the region are developing projects, and a lot of them are centered on the concept of the BSO as an important intermediary. So definitely, the limit of your capacity becomes itself a structural limitation to how effective these programs can be. However, if we take a deep dive into how each of us has set up the BSOs and then start to identify the types of human resource augmentation we're going to need, and addition and structure, that's going to be critical. I just want to sing that out. But these are exciting times, especially for era of digital transformation. It's a learning process for a lot of us, but the best way to approach it is exactly what you have exemplified here, is that we learn by doing, by sharing and helping each other, and document our successes and document what didn't work well, so that we can learn as we go along. So thank you very much. I'm really excited, and I just want to encourage everybody to fully own this experience, fully own this project, and develop the type of partnerships necessary. Thank you.
All right, thanks for that, Philip. So we have 8 more minutes left to the hour. In case anybody has any questions on anything at all that was discussed earlier, feel free to shoot. If you just want to give some feedback on the content that was shared, we welcome that as well. But I'm just opening the floor again, just in case there are any additional questions or comments that persons want to drop.
All right, so I have a couple of things. So again, we go back to the purpose of this program. Like we see there is so much value. I can't even begin to express how excited I am about the prospects for the Caribbean as a region, for the MSMEs, for the projects, the products and services they're producing. Right. Later today, I'm supposed to be doing a session on the global value chain, right? And when I position the Caribbean within that chain, currently, again, this is something I want to be talking about tomorrow. Currently, we are not accomplishing or achieving the value that we present to the globe, to the world. So we have a position, we have an opportunity here to do much better. So businesses with challenges that we identified this morning, please reach out to your BSOs. BSOs, we are here for this particular purpose. Reach out to us with any challenge that you don't think you can handle, or you just need a second opinion on. Send them over to us. We are happy to guide you on this process and get these businesses to exactly where they need to be and their products where they belong. All right, thanks.
All right, yeah, man, thanks for that, Gilbert. Can't echo those sentiments anymore. Again, just opening the floor again for any questions or any comments. If it's that you found it a good session, you just want to say that, feel free to unmute your mic and say so. If you have a question, if it's that, if there's something that you would want to have addressed, please feel free to unmute your mic and say so. I know Gilbert had asked persons to put together a list of pain points that they are experiencing in their e-commerce transformation or just in their business journey. We again encourage persons to do so. Maybe on next week's session, Gilbert may ask again for these pain points. So please have them on hand. Guys, we're here, as we have mentioned before, we're here to help you guys to solve problems and just to be better at what we're currently doing. Roxanne, I see you have your hand up. Feel free to unmute your mic and go ahead.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks to the Caribbean Export. I think this is a very comprehensive approach to helping small and medium-sized businesses. My project is Shop Carib. So we are an online marketplace, and I'm hearing all these fantastic products that are all around the Caribbean. So we'd love to have you guys on, but we'll talk about that as we go along. But this, I think, is going to be, I mean, a monumental move for the Caribbean. I'm here for it. I'm doing my homework. I'm trying my best to do my, to do the homework bits. So thank you so much. We're here for it. We are excited about what's next and what's possible out of this program. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Roxanne, for your comment. And as Roxanne mentioned that, guys, we're one Caribbean and we're here to collaborate, right? As you have heard, she has a marketplace. I know there are other marketplace holders in here, and there are manufacturers and creators in the group. We just created the WhatsApp group. Let us use this group as a way to collaborate and to share ideas. Feel free to drop your links in the WhatsApp group for your platforms, for your products. Share as much as you can, guys. I will tell you flat out, as I mentioned to you before, I've participated in similar programs like this before. And one of the greatest outcomes for me is actually what I learned from other participants in the program, right? So please use the WhatsApp group as a way to collaborate, share information, and forge partnerships as we see ways of getting our own products out there. As you would have heard me mention, there are ways to use partnerships where somebody has a marketplace, they need products on their marketplace. You want to get your product out there. Let's collaborate and put it on the platform. I get where I'm coming from, so let's maximize the energies.
I see Sian has a hand up, but before Sian Coffee speaks, next week, I think you will be making a very interesting announcement that you would love to hear. So keep your fingers crossed. Sian.
I need to come like 5 minutes to 9 next week. Sean, that's here you can.
Well, thank you, Leighton. I guess Philip is Sean. So don't worry about the SI part, just watch the SH part. So my comment really was about, I think oftentimes, having a product, I mean, I'm using the word easy loosely in air quotes, right? Because you can quickly see how you can apply things to products, but as a service-oriented business like mine, it always sometimes presents a challenge. Well, okay, how can I adapt this to a service business? And so I would love for the team to always keep that in mind, for those of us who are in the program who offer services, to ensure that we too have some, not that I didn't get any clarity today. I did, of course, and I love to ask questions, so I will continue to do so. But to always to keep in mind that every time you all say something, I always have to think, okay, how can I apply that to my business as a service? I have one product, which is my children's book right now. Right. But I also have that's one physical product. But then I have online courses, and I have coaching programs. That's a service. So right. how I can apply the principles to my predominantly service-based business. So I just wanted to say that, so we keep in conversations and in giving them examples, and right. We also try and splice in a little service now, so that right. So that we could see how it can be applied in both ways. And that's it.
Duly noted, Shan. Did I get it correctly?
You got it right, Philip.
I'm practicing.
That's what input, Shan. And tell you what, this is one of the reasons why we created the Kim's Beauty business case, so that we can talk about the different types of products that persons typically sell.
Because that's what I use for mine. I use Kim's Beauty as an example, as a service, for when I was doing my workbook. Because she also wanted to have little beauty products to sell and stuff, which is like me. She offers a service, but she also has products. So I use that as my example. Yeah.
But what I'm going to do, because at the end of the day, we want to cater to all, and sometimes we may choose examples that quickly come to mind. What I'm going to challenge everybody to do is that if it is that your industry is service, products, maybe you're doing memberships and subscriptions, just put up your hand and say, how would you do this for services? Just, it's a part of the conversation that I want you guys to prompt, you know? So we will try to cover as much as is possible. We want your input to prompt us to pay some special attention on this particular area, because what benefits you will benefit others who are in a similar position, but may not be thinking like you. You get what I'm coming from? So please, and this is why we welcome freely interjecting and asking questions. I mean, you raise your hand and we'll ask you to unmute your mic and you just ask the questions. But if at any point in time you feel like you're just not getting the clarity that you need, just put up your hand and say, guys, how do we translate this for services? How do we translate this for a particular industry? Give me an example where I could do this for XYZ. We're here to expound and give as much. Guys, we're trying to empty our brains and our experience and everything and pour it into you guys. So please be a sponge and soak it up. And when you feel like you're not getting enough, ask for more. All right? We're open to that. Yeah, man.
Thank you, Lathan. Appreciate that.
Anybody else? Questions or comments?
Hi, this is Kathy from Grenada. I just want to say thank you for such an excellent presentation this morning. You are very clear, direct, straight to the point. I've done the value proposition and so, but first time it was explained so clearly, so now I have a better understanding of what it is. So I want to say thank you so much and looking forward to the presentation for next week.
Thanks for your comments, Kathy. Really appreciate it.
Well, that seems like an excellent place to end. And just to remind you, you would, as soon as the recording is edited and uploaded to YouTube, you would get the link so you can revisit the session at your own pace and use your own learning trajectory through it. So thank you very much from signing off here from Caribbean Export and our friends from Expertise France. We say bye and take good care, and we will keep in touch through the normal channels.